But a whole lot of people, no matter the level of motivation you put inside of you with the prayers and everything, there are still some levels you will never grow beyond financially. Not everyone will make it big in this life. It is your purpose that will determine the height of your prosperity or your success or your wealth. Your purpose, if you want to know how much you should make or you are to make, or how large your wealth ought to be, cross-check your purpose. Your purpose is the perfect explanation and the definition of your what? Of your very wealth, of your wealth, of your financial wealth, capacity, of your financial volume in life. I want to ask you this question. Why do you want to make money? You see, there's a difference between survival and, prosperity. Survival is different from prosperity. A lot of people are just competent. They are contented with what they have, with the level they are, with where they are. They don't have any problem with that. They are not craving for more. But there are other category of those people that wants to make money. They want to make real money. They want to be the talk of the town. So now I want to ask you this question again. Why do you want to make this money? Why do you want to make this money? Do you want to make this money because of your background, your parents? Because of a competition you are trying to put on with maybe your childhood friend, or your colleague in the office, or someone that embarrassed you some time ago, or because of your children, because of your wife, because you want to prove a point? Why exactly do you want to make this money in a big way? Because you need to be careful of your motivation. Sometimes you could be motivated into wanting to get something that in the process you will end up losing your life. Cross-check the reason for why you are in that journey to make big money, to make it in a big way. Of course, everybody will want to make it in a big way, but not everyone is seriously, not everyone is serious to make it in a big way, even though everyone wants to make it in a big way. But not everyone is serious to make it in a big way. So that draws me back to the question. What is the source of your motivation? Who is motivating you? Who is the reason why you want to make this money? What is driving you? What is your driving force? A whole lot of people have lost their life just because they heard one motivational message and they, motivation is good. Motivation is good, but you need to cross-check the reason for why you want to do what you are doing. The reason for why you are doing what you are doing. A whole lot of people, in fact, average young men will say they want to make money because of their mother, those that their mom is still alive. I mean, it's rare for you to hear somebody say, I want to make this money because of my father. I want to make this money because of my father. I want to make it big because of my father. Almost everybody wants to make this money because of their mom. Everyone is always referring, my mama will eat the fruit of her labor. My mama will eat the fruit of her labor. How about your father that brought you into this life? Doesn't your father want eating the fruit of your labor too? So A whole lot of people are, being driven to make it by all means because of why? Because of their mom, their mother. Where you hear somebody who say, oh God, if not for anything, at least for the sake of my mother, may I make this money. Help me to make this money. The question here is your father useless? Is your father not in the picture? So you mean your father is never part of this picture? You see, cross-check why you want to make this money in a big way. Don't let overzealousness, don't let over-motivation drive you to destruction. Don't let over-motivation drive you to destruction. Motivation is good, but you must cross-check the subject matter. Always cross-check your urge, your drive, your driving force, so that you don't kick against a needle by the end of the day. Do you know how many young men, how many people that have died in the process of, oh God, for the sake of my mom, if not for anything, for the sake of my mom, help me to make this money. Let me make this money. What if your mom dies? So your drive for making the money will just disappear. It will just vanish away. That is not a good reason alone to make money. Why do you want to make big money? Why do you want to make big money? Your reason for making big money shouldn't be because of anybody, but it should be because of your purpose in life. The moment you have discovered your purpose, why you have come into this world, then your drive for making money should be activated. And even though it is being activated, you should be careful. You should examine. Don't just wake up in the morning and say, oh, for the sake of my mom, if not for anything, oh Lord, may I make this money. Let me make this money. And there is one bitter truth you need to know. Not everyone will make it big. There are those that will pray and pray and pray and pray and hustle. Pray and hustle. They will still not make it in a big way. They will still not make it big. It is not a curse. It is not a negative prayer. It is the reality of life. There are a whole lot of people, no matter the level of motivation you put inside of you with the prayers and everything, there are still some levels you will never grow beyond financially. Not everyone will make it big in this life. It is your purpose that will determine the height of your prosperity or your sources or your wealth. Your purpose, if you want to know how much you should make or you are to make, or how large your wealth ought to be, cross-check your purpose. Your purpose is the perfect explanation and the definition of your what? Of your very wealth, of your financial wealth, capacity, of your financial volume in life. So, cross-check your motives, cross-check your purpose. So you don't go and use somebody for ritual. Don't go and kill somebody out of curiosity and overzealousness. You go and use somebody, even use your siblings, use this person, use that, use an innocent blood for ritual just to make money. Your purpose is very important. The first thing you ought to know or to discover is your purpose in life first, before you can talk about your driving force for making money.